So what are the benefits like of this kind of technology? Is it mainly for consumption and health, or is there other stuff that all ties into this kind of
So
monolithic stuff?
with what we're making there, the zinc, silver, copper. Once you wash it out and you turn it into, get all the salt out of it. You flush it. I flush it 9 times before I start drinking it, and it's in the bottom here. And then you just drink the top part of the water, which is your structured water, and that's for your health benefits. With different metals like bismuth and iron and whatnot, they're you get the white, but they're usually different colors for the heavier metals. And I don't mess around with them because it is literal fusion that you're dealing with, that you can get radioactivity and some decay when you work with the bigger metals. So I don't recommend doing that at all. But with those, it's like for gardening, agriculture, you can charge the water with those minerals and then water your crops with. And they've found that they're getting about 3 times the yield, and as well as 3 times the length of once you harvest it, for it to remain like fresh and whatnot.
Oh wow, wow.
And then also they're doing the experiments where if you rotate the monatomic matter at several thousand RPM, it actually starts emitting a physical plasma field that you can interact with, and that's where you get your anti-gravity technologies, your over unity technologies, and all sorts of. Also, they say that so on that electrolysis, when you put your human DNA, like your sweat, your skin particle, blood, anything into it, it automatically starts reproducing your DNA, your RNA, your amino acids on the cathode, and it's this white, it starts bubbling up in this white amino acids, and that's where the alchemy of the past of the medicines of getting the oil out of a plant, right? You're getting the amino acids, you're getting that DNA. That's the nanotechnology of an independent life being. That's its resonant frequency in the DNA in that. So that when you make your own RNA amino acids in this process, and then you cover the coil or in it, as well as put it in the material that you're spinning, it then is putting out your resonant frequency with those plasma fields. And their claim is that from that you can then harness the energy from your own cells, and the amount of eating and stuff goes down by about 90%, they say, and you're just pulling energy, life force, literally out of this plasma field.
Wow. And that's literally just by drinking structured water. And
as well as once you get a minor effect by drinking the structured water, but then you get exponentially more by making these coils and then running plasma electricity through the coils, the Magrav coils through the Keshi technology.
And what? So do you just need to be in proximity to those? How do they?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Another coil technology very similar is by Daniel Nunes and the Daniel Nunes YouTube channel and their PoE coil, Vortex coil. It's based off of the Rodin coil, but more advanced. And they've shown that growing plants within certain proximities of these coils, while they have energy going through them, even with no light, the plants grow exponentially more, and they grow towards the coil, where literally it's all shaped to the coil.
Wow. So I'm just thinking, like, we see all these pictures of, tribal people and people in the old world. They always wore things on their arms. A lot of them look like snakes, like a coil.
Right. Oh, exactly.
Yeah. So do you think that, like, the whole, what we call jewelry, but the sort of, because it all seemed to be copper and gold and silver. Is that part of this tech?
Huge to that. And also, if you look over to like the old Cambodians and whatnot, right before World War I, and they have the different domes and whatnot, it's all capacitors. It's all electrical capacitors. So they're getting some sort of energy in from that, as well as static electricity. Like, it's all charge coming in. So there's definitely some sort of energy transfer technology with those jewelry. Also, even think of like the crown on your head. You have the giant gold coil that you're broadcasting your aura out of. Like, that would not exponentially increase your aura or your energy in, energy out, along with the resonating gems.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, we're just looking at it all wrong, because a lot of what you're saying is it's energy coming from outside of this realm, shall we say, or from a different frequency or whatever. And that's, of course,
Exactly,
something
different plane.
Yeah, and so we're not supposed to think or know that that even exists, are we? Like, there's nothing outside of here, so that sort of shuts off all that tech, and it's all quackery.
That's what they try to have us believe, yet they're the ones wearing it and valuing it the most, right?
So those jars, the stuff on the top is monoatomic powder. So that's good for health, yeah?
The monoatomic or the plasma state copper, zinc, silver, as well as my own amino acids, because I was using my hands when I was putting it in, so my sweat, my cells and skin got in there. So around the cathode especially, it bubbles up the white flakes, which is then the technology that amino acid mixed with the plasma state metals creates the frequency of this plasma energy resonating with my own DNA and my own molecular cells.
So you can heal on a molecular or DNA level.
Exactly. And it's, as Mehran Keshi says, it's a field interaction of energy between your cells and the plasma energy. And it just puts you more back in balance with the resonant frequencies of nature.
Alchemy that's where we get the word chemistry, chemical chemistry. And we're taught that it was trying to turn lead into gold. That's what they pretty much, the narrative they want you to think. But what you're talking about, it seems that actually may be closer than we think, as far as transmuting things, and also maybe just turning lead and gold into different, more usable forms. And this is the thing about gold. Gold's more, I guess, valuable as far as when it's in our body, right? Rather than used as a form of trade.
Right? Oh, absolutely.
So this is, again, how they kind of change the narrative, and they make it, oh, no, it's all about gaining wealth, when it was really about gaining health.
You got it, my friend.